So Joseph Parker manages the decision, beat the brakes off, and completely dominate Deontay Wilder over 12 rounds. And this is probably the biggest win of Joseph Parker's career. Obviously, he does have a big win over Andrew Ruiz, and he gave a great performances against the likes of Dillian White, and obviously he fought Anthony Joshua, and he didn't embarrass himself there. But obviously, he does have some losses against the likes of Joyce as well. But in terms of his single best performance, I think this could be his best performance that he's given in his entire career. Because even his win against Andy Ruiz, it was a nip and tuck affair, and a lot of people thought that Andy Ruiz could have won that fight. So with that being said, in my opinion, this is definitely the best performance. Obviously, going into this fight, no one actually gave Parker a chance. Now, when I first saw his strategy for the fight, that he wanted to pressure Deontay Wilder, I thought that was a mistake. I thought Deontay Wilder was going to set him up with the right hand and eventually detonate on his chin. But the beautiful thing is, the first 5-6 rounds, as he was winning, I just felt like this was a par of the course. When you look at Deontay Wilder fights, generally speaking, his first 5-6 rounds, he gets outboxed, but then he starts landing his right hand. But for some reason, Deontay Wilder could not ever set himself in the fight. He could not get himself in any position to actually land his right hand. And every time he tried landing his right hand, it just whisked over. It just went over Joseph Parker's head, because he just dipped down on the left hand side, and it just went over him. Now, there was many times in the fight where I think it was the 8th or the 9th round where Parker really put it on Deontay Wilder. He really laid on it, laid the punches on him, and it almost looked like Wilder was going to be out on his feet. In terms of his strategy, I think Andy Lee got it spot on with his strategy, and he knew the right thing to do for the fight. And obviously, he got the best performance out of Parker. I think they've got good chemistry going on, and it seems like they seem to work well together. So with that being said, this is definitely the best performance of Parker's career, but simultaneously, this might be the worst performance of Wilder's career, because for the full fight, for some reason, he just never showed any ferocity until it came to the 12th round. Now, if he did what he did in the 12th round, probably in the 6th round onwards, or maybe even the 3rd round onwards, I think he could have potentially not win the fight, but I think he would have given Parker more problems, because towards the end of the fight, when he went hell for leather, was trying to land punches, he made it more difficult for Parker. Parker was more wary of his power. Now, before the decision got called out, I had a feeling that the judges were going to give it to Wilder, and the reason why I thought that was because obviously there was preliminary talks that Deontay Wilder was going to fight Anthony Joshua, and there was talks going on that was going to happen. So before the decision got called out, I had a feeling that Parker was going to get robbed. And let's be real, I feel like that is what happened to Francis Ngannou. I mean, Francis Ngannou, you can argue, dominated Tyson Fury more decisively than Parker dominated Wilder, because at least with Francis Ngannou dropped Tyson Fury. Say what you want about Deontay Wilder's performance, but he never got dropped by Parker, and they still gave the decision to Fury. So before the decision got called out, I had a feeling that there might be a robbery. Obviously, it's not right, but with boxing, this happens, and I was a bit wary about that. I felt like maybe this is what they would do, but thankfully, the right decision was made, and Joseph Parker managed to get the win against Deontay Wilder. After the fight, when Wilder was talking about what actually happened, obviously he did mention a few excuses here and there, but relatively speaking, for his level, he was quite diplomatic. He said he had a lot to do with the inactivity and all that, but he gave a lot of credit to Joseph Parker, and in a weird way, I found this a little bit alarming. And the reason why I found it alarming was the fact that we all know Deontay Wilder is he's quite a delusional fighter. So for him to so freely give credit to Joseph Parker, it lets me know that he's just not the same man. Because before, when he lost to Tyson Fury in their second fight, he started blaming the water, he started blaming the costume, he started blaming everything. And obviously, at the time, he got a lot of criticism for it. But the fact that he did that, lets me know that there's a part of him inside that doesn't want to accept defeat. And in a weird way, that makes him a great fighter, because the fact that he doesn't want to accept defeat means that he still has that fire in him. He still has that thing inside him telling him that he should have won the fight. But after this fight, it almost seemed like all of that was gone. He just accepted it, and he didn't even seem like it affected him that he lost the fight. He seemed almost happy and relieved, and I was looking at him, and I was just thinking, maybe he doesn't want this boxing thing anymore. Maybe he's just done. Like, from a mental perspective, he just doesn't have the ferocity or the willingness, or maybe, I don't know what it is, but he just doesn't seem to have it. I don't know whether it's the ayahuasca that he's been taking. Maybe he's just in a happier place in his life. In terms of just, he just seems so happy and content, to the point where he doesn't even seem to care that he's lost the fight. He doesn't seem to care at all, and I actually find that a little bit alarming, because if he doesn't care, then where does that bode for his career? Like, where does he see himself going? So yeah, it was a great performance by Parker. I mean, he beat the brakes out of Wilder, but to be honest with you, like, this is a little bit concerning for me, because truth be told, where does Wilder go with his career? I think this is a bit of humble pie for him. Obviously, he doesn't want to admit that he lost. But truth be told, it's probably what he needs, because for the longest time he's gotten away with this style of, like, just jabbing on the outside and then coming in with the right hand. I mean, and for a long time, because let's just be real about it, Deontay Wilder's quite delusional. He probably thought that is all he needed, and he never really learned boxing. Truth be told, I think this might have exposed him to some extent. But maybe this is what he needs, and maybe this is what he needs to get better. I can't really say. So yeah, it was a great performance by Parker. The weird thing is, this puts Parker in a weird position, because he got beat by Zhang Weili. Not Zhang Weili, sorry, he got beat by Joyce. Zhang Weili has beaten Joyce. So where does this put him? Is he the top 5? Is he a top 5 heavyweight? I think he's definitely top 10, but I don't know where this puts him, because from a stylistic point of view, he completely beat the brakes off Wilder. Wilder was seen as a top 3 heavyweight, but at the same time, he lost to Joe Joyce, and Joe Joyce had just been destroyed by Zhang Weili. So it puts him in a bit of a contentious position. I don't know where he goes next. Maybe he should fight Daniel Dubois next, or maybe he should fight another opponent next. I don't know where he goes from here, because he wasn't supposed to beat Wilder. Wilder was supposed to beat him, and then Wilder was supposed to fight AJ. But now, after this winner get over him, you can argue he's a top 3 heavyweight, because he beat a top 3 heavyweight. But at the same time, maybe it was all smoke and mirrors. Maybe Wilder was just never this good. Even though, like, truth be told, like, this is the worst he's ever looked. I'll be honest with you, like, it did not seem like the same Wilder in there. The Wilder that fought Tyson Fury during that trilogy, that Wilder just does not exist at this point in time. Maybe he can get it back, but at this point in time, it just doesn't exist. So that's my opinion about this fight. Tell me your opinion. Where does Joseph Parker goes from here? Where does Deontay Wilder go from here? It was a great performance by Joseph Parker, but I feel like, not to take anything away from it, but Deontay Wilder just looked terrible in there. Tell me what you think, and like and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way. Peace.